Hello there, guys. Today, another video. We're going for again hunter build. This time, um, with the solar subclass, as you can see. This build is mainly going to focus on melee and supers. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to start off with the weapons. In our kinetic slot, we're going to use a 1-2 punch shotgun. For whoever doesn't know what 1-2 punch is, it's a weapon perk. As you can see right here, hitting a target with nearly every pellet in the shot increases melee damage against that target for a short duration. Now this one, because like I said, this is mainly going to be a melee focused build, so this is only going to help us kill tougher targets. In the energy weapon slot, I am using Devil's Ruin, the sidearm. This isn't necessary at all for the build. It's just I like the sidearm a lot. As you can see, final blows will create fire sprites. If you don't know what fire sprites do, when you pick those up, you regain a little bit of grenade energy. And after picking up one fire sprite, you can hold R, and this will, well, hold your reload button. This will like change the way it shoots. So instead of the usual bullets it shoots, it will now shoot a high-powered solar laser beam, which scorches targets, and at the end of the laser beam it also triggers an ignition. And lastly, on the power weapon slot, you can really do whatever you like here. A crossbow, eager edge sword, regular sword, machine gun, it really doesn't matter. As always, I like my eager edge sword for mobility. Going into the exotic armor, we have Assassin's Cowl, an exotic helmet. What this will do is Vanishing Execution. This will, on a powered melee final blow, you will gain invisibility on a regular enemy like a Scion or a Hive Acolyte. This will give you 7 seconds of invisibility and, I don't know, at least something about 40% of your health. Finisher final blows against powerful targets increase the duration of the invisibility and the amount of health restored. So yeah, very nice, because this is going to be, give us so much survivability on solar class, because we can basically gain invisibility and health restoration on command, as long as we kill an enemy with our powered melee. I'm quickly going to go over the mods. As you can see, our melee and super are high. Yeah, because it's focused on those two. So you want melee and super, you want those over 100. Weapons and health isn't important at all. I would recommend having your class on 60, 55, 55 or higher. I would recommend it like that. And grenades isn't very important either. So don't use your class mods on those. Then for helmet mods, I'm going with triple hands on. What this does, on a melee kill, we will gain super energy. So due to this, we will regain our super quite fast. On Ferropotent on our gauntlets, sorry, we have triple heavy-handed, so we can create an orb of power with a melee kill every second. On our chest plate, we have one-time concussive dampener, one-time solar resistance, and one-time arc resistance. Well, you need to switch solar and arc depending on the element of the enemies you're going to face. On our legs, I have sorry, this doesn't. On our legs, we're going for double absolution 2 times, and a better already mod, which will, when we pick up an orb of power, will start healing us. Well, you could also go for a solar weapon surge, for example, or it doesn't really matter. You can very well just use anything you want to use. It doesn't really matter all too much. On our class item, I'm using one-time distribution to gain ability cooldowns when dodging. Reaper, where when I dodge, I spawn an orb of power with my next final weapon, final blow, and a proximity ward. When I'm in a finisher, I will gain a powerful overshield. This last mod, this is only temporary. It's for Guardian games, so this is not important. Okay, so that's the armor and weapons covered. Also, if you want a quick a pure customization for your cosmetics, I don't have enough currency to buy it yet, but I'm going for a full set of hereticals, full heretical armor. So, and just on default shader fits quite well. So that's for that. And then the subclass. We're using Blade Barrage because I just love this one. I believe from all 3 solar supers, it does the most boss damage, and as you can see, the cooldown is 7.5 minutes, which is the shortest. As both the golden guns have 9.60. So yeah, that's why I use Blade Barrage. It's my favorite solar super. We're using Gambler's Dodge, of course, so we can get our melee back just in case. Knife Trick, just in my opinion the best solar melee. For grenade, I'm using the solar grenade, but you can quite literally use anything you like. You could also use a healing grenade if you find yourself struggling with surviving. Thermite, incendiary, it really doesn't matter. You can pick whatever you want for grenade. On aspects, we're using knock 'em down, where your solar supers are enhanced, which means Blade Barrage will launch, I believe, 50% or the double amount of knives that it normally would throw, so way more damage. And while radiant, final blows with your equipped throwing knife or a knife trick will completely refund the melee energy. Basically, what that means is as long as we kill something with a melee, we get it back. So basically, infinite melees. And then, secondly, on your mark, activating your class ability or landing precision hits grants you and nearby allies increased reload speed and weapon stat for a short duration. This can stack up to a max of 10 times, and when you're at 10 stacks, final blows will cure you. So yeah, regain your health. So that's nice. For fragments, we have Amber of Singeing, where your class ability will recharge faster when you scorch targets, and scorching can be done through Knife Trick, our Solar Grenade, and the laser from Devil's Ruin. All of those are ways to scorch targets. Secondly, Amber of Beams. Your solar super projectiles have stronger target acquisition, and which will give us plus 10 super class points, so that's nice. Amber of Empyrean. Solar weapon or ability final blows extend the duration of restoration and radiant effects applied to you. Amber of Torches. Powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. So yeah, as here, we only regain our throwing knife while radiant, but this one still procs when we throw our knife and gain radiant through Amber of Torches, then still the knock 'em down will still proc. And lastly, Amber of Solace. This is pretty much a flag slot. You can pretty much what's it called? Put in here whatever you want. I mean, you could go for an Amber of Char, because you will do ignitions with the sidearm solar beam. So that will spread Scorch if there are targets nearby. Solar ignitions have increased area of effect, and we gain melee. That's also a nice one to use. This one. No, I'd say you could also go for Amber of Benevolence. Applying Restoration Cure Radiant to allies grants increased grenade, melee, and class ability regeneration. And well, we apply Radiant whenever we hit to ourselves and allies whenever we hit an enemy with a melee attack. So Amber of Benevolence will proc through that. This is only useful when you are in a team of players. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. I'll show you, like, as you can see, when I throw my melee, I gain invisibility for 7 seconds on your mark, 3 stacks if you hit a headshot, of course. And just as you can see, if you look at my super bar, you can see with just a few kills, a part of the bar already is refilled. So as you can see, you can keep throwing knives, and every kill will make an orb of power. And as you can see, your super will recharge very fast. So yeah, that's all very nice to have. Now what I wanted to show you is I just need to know how much damage this deals without the arc, please. 470 to make it easy for ourselves. Okay, so a regular melee attack will deal 811 damage. And just to show you how much the 1-2 punch enhances the melee, we need to what's it called? Do the number we have right here minus 470 from the shotgun damage. So burn minus 470. That means about 1050. Yeah, 1050 sounds about right. With a regular melee. No, so about 300 damage. So I'd say 20, 25. Well, as you can see, it buffs your melee. I don't know the exact number. But yeah, it helps quite a lot against like champions or, for example, because as you can see, I can't kill one of those with just a melee. So what you will do is shoot him with the shotgun, kill him with the melee. You will gain invisibility. If you have damage, you will heal that, and well, your it's called melee is recharged immediately. Now just to show you how much it heals you. So yeah, that's about, I'd say, I believe 33% that it heals you with just a regular melee. So Assassin's Scout is pretty good. Yeah, I'd say that's the whole build. I believe. Oh wait, right. I'll show you the beam also. So like, if I kill this guy with my sidearm, as you can see, it will spawn the sprite. And above my super, I now have Pyrogenesis available. If I hold my reload button, it will say Pyrogenesis ready, and then we can fire this laser, which will damage him a lot, scorch him, and as you can see, the explosion is the ignition that it will trigger. So also that. So yes, that's the build. Personally, I think of my like completely self-made builds that this is, I think, the best one. I've done a lot of Grandmasters, so what is that, like 400 power with champions and all that goodness. So, and I mean, it went pretty easy, all of it. And also, you know, this is a very good ad clear build, but also it works very well against bosses too, as long as there are enemies, you know, constantly enemies there, so you can like throw your super, kill those enemies, recharge your super very fast, throw another super on the boss, do that rotation. But if you have to face like a boss that's all alone, no little enemies, then this build isn't the best. Because well, most of the bosses you will face in solo missions are with little enemies, so that's really not big of a problem. And if you will face a solo boss, you will have teammates with you probably, so those will help you out too. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy playing with this build. As usual, do give me feedback on it, as always. And I will put a DIM link in the description. Oh yeah, by the way, one thing I forgot to say, using Devil's Ruin isn't mandatory at all. You can pretty much use any weapon you want right here. I was also thinking I still need to get a weapon, but my other option I would have used is Edge of Intent. It's a solar glaive, which will scorch targets, and heal you. So, which will give you even more survivability. So this is also a solid option. I think I just still need to unlock the weapon, but yeah, that's also a solid option to use if you don't want or have Devil's Ruin. And if you don't have either of those weapons, probably any other weapon would work well too.
I'd rather fight a series of battles than a whole damn war.
Also, like, example for the moment, the Guardian games, I have a few other builds that I liked to use, but since I made this build, in my opinion, this is just such a good build. I mean, pretty basic too. I mean, solar subclass, pretty basic weapons, nothing really special or anything. Like new players can use this build, and also you don't have to like be very good at the game or something to use this build. I mean, it's basically just throw your melees around, gain invisibility and healing, charge your super up very fast, and I don't know, just kill anything you do in your sight, basically. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite builds at the moment. Also, in Guardian games, I have this Thesis build I'm using, which is probably my second best build, but it's just so bad for Guardian games for some reason. But with this build, dude, it's pretty easy in my opinion. I don't struggle at all. Ah, damn it. I need to... He has a shield. Okay, I still need to figure out a way to kill barrier champions with this build because I don't have one. Ah, right. Okay, that sucks. Because, you know, I'm used to playing with, what's it called? Hand cannons, and those can pierce the shields of barrier champions, but sidearms don't. But of course, throw my super. Why not? Regain it super fast anyways. Pop my super for this bitch. God. And also Knife Trick is very useful because it can hit multiple enemies at a time. It's also nice for the ad player. Okay, let's see if I can manage to like stop this bastard or something. I have no idea how to deal with champions on this build. Oh, just damn it, dude. Okay, so if anyone has ideas how to deal with champions, please put them in the comments because I can't stun them. I can't. I can't. Okay, now that is motherfucker. That is just plain shit. I mean, of course, your artifact, your seasonal artifact always helps with the armor piercing rounds and such. And this season, there's nothing for a shotgun or sidearms, so that's the problem I'm having at the moment. If you guys know a way to stun champions, they're very welcome, those suggestions, because I don't have any for myself. So it would be nice to have some of those. Because apparently an ignition doesn't stun the champion long enough, so that's not an option. Well, and as I just said, you can of course throw your super at them. As long as you kill enemies, you will gain it very fast anyways. So that's always an option. Like, I'd rather not use my super for every single champion I see. Also, if you wondered, you have like the golden guns. Both of those deal increased damage when you are radiant. Blade Barrage doesn't benefit from being radiant, so don't bother trying that out. I did that for you. try this again. Okay, wait, so if you're... Ah, okay, now that changes things. So simply being close enough with if you're inside the shield of a barrier champion, you can like um, shoot your shotgun and stun him that way. So the only thing that's hard to deal with is the overload champions. Barrier and unstoppable champions just be close enough to do the 1-2 punch melee duration. Rotation, that's the word. So, yeah, this is the build. You've seen it in action. I'd appreciate feedback. Well, let me know if you enjoy using the build yourself. See you in the next one, guys.